This conference will now be recorded.
devimpl@sbi.com. Hey, we are going to start a new batch that is during daytime, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. If you have any of your friends, they wanted to join, you can let them know. That starts from tomorrow. Okay, afternoon 12 o'clock to 1:30. That is 1.5 hour batch. That will be conducted in both languages, English as well as Telugu. Okay, only people who can understand Telugu, they can join. I mean, like your friends and all. That is again going to be 1.5 hour batch. Means every day session will be 1.5 hour. That will be finished in 2.5 months. Okay, that is for reference to your friends, not for you. You are already in this batch. So many things are done. Okay, so now coming back to this one, let me create a case. Vehicle insurance. అక్కడ చూడండి పైన స్విచ్ ఆఫ్ చేస్తుందా. Okay, see here, the data that you are going to enter here, on click of submit, it is getting stored into table. Suppose if it is not functioning properly, how do you test it? If it is not functioning properly, how do you test it? I want to test it whether my activity is properly working or not. I want to test it. Okay, now you see here, I'm sorry,
And debug through the tracer.
where is the activity we created? This is activity we created, right? I think in the framework we created. Okay, so this activity has parameters on it. See, if I pass all the values to these particular parameters, then these parameter values are being given to temp page, and temp page is getting stored, correct? So it should store the data given the values to these parameters, correct? I can independently test this activity. I can independently test this particular activity without making it in the workflow transaction. So now I can go ahead and run this activity directly. When I run the activity directly, it will prompt for the values like this in this pop-up. So I can enter some values, cust 001. Okay, I'm sorry, cust 001 and first name. Okay, some name you can enter. Okay, and last name and date of birth. '85 like this, and age 25, gender male, country India. Anyhow, date of birth is not there in our table as of now, right? Okay, state, let's say AP, city, some city, and some pin code you are going to enter. And now you start tracing it and click on run. Now you'll be able to understand everything is successfully working on that. Data that you are passing might be not getting here or something, some reason. You can independently test this rule when you have parameters defined on it. Imagine you did not define parameters. Can I rewrite this activity like this without defining parameters here? Can we go ahead and rewrite like this, like what is that? Py work page dot first name. This is also okay, right? This is okay or not? So yes, we are passing value to parameter. Instead of passing, you don't define parameters at all. In this activity itself, all these parameters, remove it and add py work page dot first name, py work page dot last name and all. It will work properly. The way how it has worked properly for parameters, the same way when you have py work page also, it will work properly. But let me tell you one example. Okay, look at here. Just this is the importance of parameters. Every one of you closely focus. Okay, see here, the importance of parameters you are going to understand now. Let's maximize it. See, this is a farm. This is farm 1. Farm 1. This farm I am accessing from portal. This farm I am accessing from portal. Portal means this is the portal. Okay, launch portal. Why it is not coming? Some other portal I am trying to access it. I'm not getting launch portal option. What is the problem? Maybe I removed everything or what? Just hold on. We have it, right? Mega Express Prediction Studio. Manager portal also I'll take. Hold on. Okay, I'll access the portal now. The other portals will come at the Admin Studio, App Studio dropdown. But you will be learning about portals. I think it is also not pretty much loading properly. Okay, anyhow, this is the screen just to give you information. From here, if I am going to enter the data in the customer details form, imagine the primary page, the page for this portal will be PY display harness. What is the page name? PY display harness. What is the page for work object? PY work page. Okay. So imagine, even you don't need to know about this, just here you go. This form is running on PY display harness. And this form 2, this is transaction. And what is the page here? PY work page. Imagine there are no parameters on your activity. This is your activity. Okay, I'm writing an activity, but both are same. Here also you have first name, last name, age. Some other place also you need similar functionality. Okay, first name, last name, age, like this. You have all the properties. Okay, both forms are same parameters, right? Same properties. If business is asking in the transaction processing, when this form is submitted, store the data. Business is asking when this form is also submitted, store the data. But both forms have same properties. You might have created only one section. That section you integrated into two other different screens. Okay, but this screen is running on PY display harness. This screen is running on PY work page. Understand? Now there are no parameters. You created your activity hard coded. What is that? Temp page dot temp page, that is table page. I'll write down meaningfully. Table page dot first name is equal to, what is the page name? PY work page dot first name. This is how you created your activity, and you are using this activity to call in the post processing of this particular rule. In this rule, post processing you are calling. What is that? Post processing of flow action. This is going to function as you are expecting. Imagine the same activity, if I am going to call in the post processing of this particular flow action, this particular screen related, anywhere, post processing or something. Okay, this is a post processing of this screen, form 1, right? Post processing of form 1. If you have done this activity, if you call here, because both need same things, right? Same properties and all. Now in this first case here, in this case, is it going to function properly or not? Is it going to work or it is not going to work?
No, it's not going to work.
In this case, it will not work. What is the reason it won't work in this case? It won't work.
Because it is referring to the PY work page of the work object.
What is the reason?
It's referring to the PY work page.
It is referring to PY work page, correct? It look for PY work page. But for this form, is there any PY work page? PY display harness. It is not PY work page. It is PY display harness. So this activity will fail. It says that otherwise there won't be any data at all. If it is not failing, there won't be any data. So, but in this case, second case, it will be successfully getting executed. Data will be supplied and data will be stored. In this case, the data you entered in the form, first case, will not be supplied here because you are directly hard coding PY work page name. This is the problem. When you are directly using the page name dot property name and all, this is the problem. This activity is now not being generic. This is not a common activity. This is specific to only when PY work page is there, it will work. Otherwise, it won't be functioning as expected. Now, I will change my coding. Instead of this, what I am going to do is, okay, hold on. I'll give first this document somewhere. I'll just take it, save. understanding params importance. Okay, one. Okay, now let's go to another document. Again, this time I'm going to create form 1, I'm going to create form 2, and this form 1, form 2, I have one activity. Okay, so this is form 1, this is form 2. So form 2, you know, right? Form 1, it is py, some other page than py work page. That's the point. And here first name, last name, age, like this we have. Okay, and in this case form 2, it is py work page. Now I am going to call activity I'm going to call, and I'm going to call the activity from here as well as activity from here. Both places I'm going to call it. Okay, and now in the activity I'm going to write steps like this. Temp page dot first name is equal to param dot first name, param dot first name. Like this I'll be adding all properties. Now here I'm going to do what? Call activity. When I call the activity, it will prompt for parameters, right? It will prompt or not?
Yes.
Param dot first name is equal to dot. I'm not using a page name. It will automatically take the page name. Dot fn. Param dot last name is equal to dot last name. The same here also. It will be there always. Here also it is the same. It is going to be same. You are going to pass the parameter. Now the same activity, is it going to function in both of the cases? Is it going to work properly in both of the cases?
Yes, it
Yes.
will work.
It works or not?
It will work.
Is it going to work or not?
Yes.
This is going to work in both cases. What is the reason? What is the reason it works in both cases?
We're not hard
So
coding.
we are
Because
using param.
we are not using any page names hard coded here. Anywhere you call this activity, you pass the value from any page. No problem. You pass the value from any page. Ultimately, it will come to parameter. Okay, this is going to be now generic activity, right? So parameters makes your activities more generic to be used. Understand? That is the advantage of using parameters. Everyone clear? So this is the advantage of using parameters in the activities or any other rules. If you define parameters on a rule, the rule is going to be more generic irrespective of the source where you are calling it from. You can call it from source 1, source 2, source 3, source 4. Any sources you call, attributes whatever that it is expecting input, you are passing the input. You are not defining any source 1 dot properties or source 2 dot properties, source 3 dot properties. Like that you are not defining. You are not hard coding any source pages in the activity. That is the advantage of using parameters. Parameters are going to make your rules more generic to be used, calling from different sources. This is the purpose. Understand? Online resources. Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible clearly? My voice should be audible clearly to every one of you. Is it audible or not? It should be audible.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
it's
apart from this, parameters are going to help you to run the test cases. Parameters are going to help you to run the test cases. You remember last time, just few minutes back, we executed activity, we entered data and we clicked on run. Tracer also we see everything good. But data got stored or not, I wanted to know. This is where we are going to understand more about OBJ save. Now so far I have given you clarification about importance of parameters. Now I am going to give you clarification about OBJ save method. Further details. Now go to customer table. The record which I have tried to save, it should have been stored with the first name Bhagat, last name Singh and all. And here you go. Let us see where it is available. Is it there? I can even refresh this. Is it there? I can run one more time and show you. Okay. So let me run this activity, generic activity. Parameters I'm going to pass here. This I don't need to pass anyhow, it is taking actually. So Bhagat Singh and age 25, gender male, country India, state, AP, city, I'm sorry, and zip code. Okay, I'm going to trace it and show you once again. Run this. See here, everything looks good. OBJ save also done successfully. Temp page has data. The parameter data what you have given. The ID also got generated, some 616 and all. And here you go to the table and refresh the table. 616 ID is there. It is not getting stored. What is the reason? I will explain you about an SQL concept. Look at here, everyone of you. The concept of SQL is there is one command, that is, this is the command commit. I will explain you what is this command going to do in database. This command is going to persist the changes. Done. Changes means maybe you insert record, you update record, or you delete record, or you alter the table, you make changes to database schema, anything. Any changes that are being made on a database, the changes will not be persisting automatically unless you write some internal scripts. So for every change that is being made on a database must be made persistent by using a command called, what is the command name? Commit. If you execute a commit, suppose for example, I have written an insert query. Okay, insert query got executed on a table. One record inserted, you have seen that it got inserted. You close the window of the editor and open the database once again. Log off and log in back. That record will not be there. It is stored temporarily. You updated one record. You have seen updates are reflecting. Log off and logging back, it won't be there. Any query that is going to impact the database, make changes to the database, manipulate the database, should be followed by a commit command. That is going to persist the changes. This is the basics of SQL, just for your information. Even if you're not sure about SQL, now you understand this. Understand, everyone clear? So any impact that is going to happen on a database table or database or schema or anything, that impact to be persisted. When I say impact, it may be manipulation, like you insert a record or delete a record, update record, anything. If the changes to be persisted means making it permanent, then you need a commit command followed by. When commit is not executed, the changes won't reflect in the table. See, I already told you, the what you are seeing here is just an image of background table. Means data got inserted successfully, saved, that we can experience to see from the tracer. Save has happened, but still why I am not seeing the data in the database table and all? The reason is save is done, but commit is not been done. Save is done, commit is not been done. So go to your activity. There is a method available. What is the method name? Commit. If you write this method, it is going to function properly. I will show you. Just hold on. This time let us run the test case once again. Actions and then run. After this, I will run one more test case. Okay. I think previous session related information also it will get stored. Previously I executed multiple times, right? Save is successful, right? It is stored somewhere. I'll explain you what is the place. But now let us see. And here you go. Age 23, gender male, country India, state AP, city, some pin code. Okay, and trace it. Okay, close this. Already tracer is open, it seems. Let me close the open tracer. Let me close this, trace it, and run this. Okay, this time you can see commit method also got executed. Additional to previous time, both are same independent execution of activity only. Okay, now you see, go to table and refresh this. Previous data also will come because it will store somewhere, and now commit should have been done for everything. Previous 2 times data, 2 different what is it? Customer ID, this time data. Leave about previous. We don't much focus on that. Present one you think about. Data got saved plus data got committed. That's why you see data got persisted in the table. It is available. You go to backend table also, it will be there. Previously save has been done, but commit has not been done. So your activity which has obj save method followed by commit is not there, data is not persisting. Followed by commit is there, data is persisting. In case when your activity is being executed, not being part of the flow, it is not part of the flow. For your information, go back to the activity, remove this commit step, put it back in the previous state. Now you make a transaction. As part of transaction, when we have executed, there is no commit method. We did not use. Remember, we did not use any commit method, right? So here you go. And gender, age, and country, state, city, and some zip code. Okay, and then submit this. I'm sorry, this activity should have got executed for sure. See here, this activity got executed. OBS save, page remove. There is no commit method this time. It got executed from the flow. Now you go back to table and see the data is present or not. Refresh only. Data is present or not. You remember we created this activity without commit method only. Without commit method, when this activity is being executed, supplied with data, being part of the flow, activity being part of the flow, I have supplied the data, there is no commit method. Still record is getting stored plus persisted. The same activity exactly when I have executed it, not being part of the flow independently, or maybe some service or listeners or agents. You will come to that in future. But as of now, I have independently executed and shown you. When it is being executed independently, what is happening? Without commit, data is not getting persisted. But when I add commit, data is getting persisted when it is independently being executed. Now exactly what is happening in the transaction model? Without using commit method, when the activity is part of the flow, we have experienced to see that commit is happening or not. Commit is happening. Yes. The same activity without being part of the flow, commit not happening automatically. Understand? Now I will explain you about how it is happening. See here. PRPC's transaction model design will be like this. PRPC transaction model design will be like this. For every step, when I say step, that is a flow shape. See, you have a flow, right? Any flow you take, you have a flow. At the end of every flow shape, PRPC is going to perform a commit. Internally, it will perform a commit. I have called activity in the post processing. After completion of this connector shape, PRPC will perform a commit. That commit is persisting the data that is being saved by your activity. Your activity is doing only save. Then who has done commit? At the end of each flow shape, process commander is automatically performing a commit. Understand everyone clear? Online resources.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Everyone clear? Clear with the point? So at end of this is, we are going to use this statement, or we are going to discuss about this point multiple times in the future. Okay. At end of each flow shape, not at the end of the flow. End of the flow, so many times commits will happen. At end of each flow shape, process commander performs a commit. See, if you call 5 activities in 5 different flow shapes at 5 different steps, all activities have OBJ save. Do you need to write any commit in your activity? No. If you are writing an activity with OBJ save method and the activity comes in the part of transaction processing, flow processing, there is no need to use any commit method because PRPC will automatically take care of the commit. Understand everyone clear? Look at here now. See here, when I am going to add a commit, no, I'm not going to show that because that needs more knowledge. Okay, this is completed. In case activity is standalone executed, will there be any flow shape? No flow shape, no automatic commit. So in case if your activity is being standalone executed, in reality, are you going to get any such requirement where you standalone execute activities? No, never. But you will create activities which are not part of the flow but part of agents, services, listeners related, and even some of portals directly executing from portal. This type of things we will practically experience going forward. That time there won't be any flow. If you are writing activity with OBJ save, you must know that you have to use commit method. Understand everyone clear? So commit method you should be using whenever you are calling an activity with OBJ save, which is not part of the flow, maybe from agents, different agents, advanced agent or job scheduler, or maybe you are calling it from portal on click of a button somewhere, or maybe you are calling it from services like that, where there is no flow involved in the activity execution. That time you have to deal with commit method. Understand everyone? Online, everyone clear?
There's a lag in your voice.
I have asked everyone. Hold on, please.
Yeah.
Do not connect to the second network. You did not share the password. Disconnect from this one. Am I audible clearly now? There is some little bit of issue, I know.
It is clear only, Harsha.
Everyone clear with the concept of commit? Everyone online respond here?
Yes, Harsha.
Yes.
Clear, right?
So can we
Okay.
see the can we see the commit in tracer when we
I'll
keep
talk
the
about
activity part of it?
C means
I mean, like when we
auto
run
commit
the
you don't
activity
see.
part of
If you want to see auto commit, you need to select OOTB rule sets. OOTB
Okay.
rule sets only, right? That commit should be there in the OOTB rule sets related rule activities. That is going to impact yours. So OOTB rule sets and all you select, just after that you may see it. Okay.
Okay.
That is not so important to bother about. Let me explain about how the save plus commit all this works. Okay. But before I explain you, I am going to show you one more option. I'm not using commit method now, but I am going to use an option right now. This is also commit. This is also like a commit. Okay. Save this. And I'm going to run the activity independently. And let me close this tracer, this status and all. Here I'm going to enter first name. Okay, first name, last name, and age, female, country, state, city, and some pin code. Okay, and trace it. And this time I did not use commit method, but I have used one option in the OBS save. What is the option name? Right now. I'm going to cross check now whether the data got stored or not. Just let me refresh this because it is already open. That's why I'm refreshing. Freshly opening, you don't need to refresh it. So this data has got stored. Right now has done the similar functionality. It has exposed to the same functional behavior as commit, right? But there is difference. I'll explain you. Right now method, right now option in the OBJ save as well as commit method that you are using. Both are producing the same behavior of committing the data, making the data persisting into tables. Understand? Both are same, behavior is same, but where is the difference? Why we need to do like this right now and commit? I'll explain you that. Listen to me carefully.
Your voice is
Harsha, your voice
Just let
is
me
breaking,
reconnect to the
Harsha.
internet, please. I'm going to disconnect and connect back, please. Just hold on a minute. Yeah, am I audible now? I have reconnected. Am I audible?
now it's clear.
Yeah, it's better now.
What I was saying is, save method right now option. We have experienced to see that data is committing. OBJ save method after that, I have added one more step of commit method that is also doing the same thing. OBJ save with right now option and commit method both are persisting the data to the table, making it permanent like a commit. But then what is the difference? Before I explain you that, let me talk about OBJ save in detail furthermore. Okay, and here you go, diagrams. Anywhere I have the diagram, let me cross check. I'll open about document. Theory documents. Understanding OBS. Okay, look at here. This is the document. So in this document, you have a diagram. Control C. Let me create a pane.
You're not able to see the document, Harsha.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the screen.
Yeah, now it's visible.
I think this is not clear. I'll show you directly in the document itself. I'll draw later. Okay. Do you see this? All of you.
No,
I will read it out. No problem.
we can
Read
yeah,
out. Okay. This one, every one of you see this on the screen.
Yes, visible, Harsha, visible.
It is visible, right? It is not hanging. Screen is, now you are seeing a Word document. See, you already know that 3 different levels. From PRPC environment UI, data will be posted to clipboard. Next level. From clipboard, it will go to table. That is what we have discussed. Forward direction. Forward or backward, both will be same. Please mute. And now, but there is another one in between. See, when from clipboard, from PRPC environment, data will go to clipboard. From clipboard, the data will be taken into defer queue. There is something called, what is that? Defer queue. Data will be taken into defer queue. From clipboard, data will get stored into defer queue. Your OBS save is successfully storing the data, correct? Where it is storing the data, it is storing into defer queue, not into physical table. It is storing into defer queue. Defer queue is a virtual one, you cannot see. Okay, it will store into defer queue. When a commit is being performed, the respective data will be taken from defer queue and gets inserted into table. Understand, everyone clear? So the data is going to flow from PRPC environment to clipboard, and from clipboard to defer queue, and from defer queue it will be taken to the physical table. It will be taken to the physical table. Everyone clear with this point? If you understand this, I'll explain you further. Okay, every one of you online clear? Someone please respond. Imagine I'm going to create one activity to explain you difference between write now and commit. Okay, just imagine there are multiple tables. Okay, table 1, add more steps. Table 2, table 3, table 4, what else? Table 5 and table 6 as well. Table 6 as well. And here I'm using OBSA. Again, I'm using OBSA. Imagine these tables are there in the backend, data is there. If I am going to run this activity, standalone I am running, just imagine. If I am going to run this activity as part of the flow, given data is there on the pages, all the 6 tables will get inserted with data, correct? But let's imagine about this activity I am running. Okay. For all these records, all these rows, when these rows are being executed, methods are being executed, steps are being executed, table 1, table 2, table 3, 4, 5, 6, these will get stored. This will go into, even in case of work object processing or this one, first this will enter into defer queue. How many records will be there in the defer queue? 6 records will be there in the defer queue, correct? Record 1 related to table 1, record 2, table 2, table 3. Some record related to some table. Now I am going to write a commit here. I am going to add commit here. So after these 6 steps, by the time 7th step execution begins, how many records will be there in the defer queue? By the time 7th step execution begins, how many records will be there in the defer queue? 6 records will be there in the defer queue. All 6 will be committed at a time. Means all 6 will be taken and inserted into respective tables. After it is being committed to tables, what happens to the defer queue? No, defer queue will become empty. Defer queue, it will be removed from defer queue. After a commit is being done, it will be removed. By the time commit step gets executed, 100 items are there in defer queue. Imagine all 100 will be committed. Defer queue will become empty by the time commit gets executed. Understand, everyone clear? So commit is going to commit all the entries that are there in the defer queue by the time. Understand, everyone clear with this point? Online resources. See, this is what learning Pega means. It is not your business requirement which we have implemented so simply. This, if you know this feature, then you can work on complex business requirements whenever it is needed. Okay, everyone clear online? Respond on the charting window or respond on by unmuting.
It's clear.
Clear.
Clear, right? Okay, next I am going to talk about this right now. I'm going to remove this 6th one. At 6th OBS save, I'm going to use right now. Right now is also commit, I told you, right? Now, what happens when this activity is executed? This will enter into defer queue. This will enter into defer queue. This will enter into defer queue. All 5 will enter into defer queue. 6th one also will enter into defer queue. A commit will happen by right now. But the impact of the right now will be only on the specific OBA save step on which it is selected, but not on everything. It's not an entire defer queue. Only on the specific OBA save step on which it is selected. Means sixth one will be committed. It will be removed from defer queue. What about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Still be there. I'll explain you one more time. Look at here. Third one also I'm selecting. If third and sixth I have selected, right? The right now option. There is no commit. Right now I have selected for third one and sixth one. Imagine this activity is executed. First one will enter into defer queue. Second one will enter into defer queue. It will stay there. Third one will enter into defer queue, and right now will happen. Means it will be committed immediately. Third one will be taken from defer queue into table, and it won't be there further. By the time fourth one gets executed, only 1 and 2 will be there in the defer queue. Third won't be there because third one is right now itself. Means immediately perform a commit. Right now means immediate commit. But that too on a specific OBJ save step on which it is selected. Understand online resources? Everyone clear? Following this point, every one of you.
Yes, clear.
Okay, this is the difference. Where is the difference? Commit is going to commit all the entries in the defer queue to the respective tables, but whereas right now is going to commit only the specific OBJ save on which it is selected, that to immediate commit. That to immediately it will be done. By the time fourth one is going to enter, third one will not be there because it is already done. Okay, so if this activity is successfully executed all the steps, what are the defer queue entries finally? 1 will be there, 2 will be there, 4 will be there, 5 will be there. But 3 and 6 are already immediately committed. Now look at here. I'm going to ask you a question based on these two. Commit is added at the end. No need to give the step page and all. Third one we have right now. Sixth one we have right now. Remaining all we don't have any right now. Understand? At the end I have a commit. Given this activity is executed entirely successfully. Now you need to tell me the answer for the question. The question is, what is the order in which the tables gets inserted with the data? 3, 6. 3, 6 you are aware of. Remaining things are first come first. Q, right? Defer Q. Q means whoever enters first, they will be served first, correct? 3, 6 and then 1, 2, 4, 5. This is the order in which it will get inserted. Everyone clear? Make sense?
Yeah.
And I'll be asking the questions like this during your exam. Okay, only in a minute time you need to respond. Okay, I have already drafted, I have already created your exam, but I need to create the logins for you. Okay. See, for each login we have to pay money. Understand? Each time you take the exam, we have to pay money. If I am going to create a login to you and you are not making use of it, it is a loss for you as well as maybe it is not for you, I'm not sure, but it is a loss for us. Okay. If you really wanted to take all the exams, then only you register, because that is a 3 months duration. Multiple times we are giving access to complete the exam, different exams and all, right? So if you are willing, then only we will register you from our end, not by you. Okay. So those who do not wanted to write the exams, like maybe manager level, I don't need all this stuff and all, it is okay. I will send out an Excel sheet for that, because we cannot create each login by login. We want to bulk create everyone. Okay. So the same format you need to follow to fill the details. Whoever wish to write the exams, only those people you can fill. Okay, but after you are being created with login, if you are not making use of it, it is on your email ID, right? You will get the email details and all. No one else will be able to make use of it. I cannot transfer this login to other people. So for that we will be spending some amount of money that will be wasted unnecessarily. Okay, so keep that point in mind. See here, this is the difference between OBJ save method and commit method and write now option in the OBJ save. A write now option in OBJ save method is an immediate commit plus it is only specific to the OBJ save on which you have selected it, whereas commit method is for entire OBS defer queue that is available by that time. Understand everyone clear? There is one more important difference with respect to locking. While we are discussing about locking, I'll explain the point. You are not aware of locking concept, right? As of now, we will be teaching that going forward.
Harsha,
So
one
this is what
question.
understanding Pega. This is what about learning Pega. It is not only working on business requirements. Today I have seen a post in LinkedIn. 80% of the Pega resources, even though they complete their CWS certification, they are not able to implement the quality of they are not able to implement the functionalities with the best quality. The reason is people, they don't know about all these things. Okay, when they know about all these things, then they will be able to do it. Okay,
Harsha, one question here.
go ahead.
So like, let's say a particular user, like in this login, have run other activities also, which are not having any commit out there. So only one particular activity, the last activity is having commit, and so
I'll
the defer
talk
queue
about
is
it.
having.
I'm about to say that. See, this is not only for one activity. Imagine you have 10 activities. Activity 10 is called from activity 9. 9 is called from 8, and so on. 2 is called from 1. Each activity we have one OBSA. Finally, I have a commit at the last activity, 10th activity. If I execute activity 1, it will execute all chain of activities, right? All OBSAs will get executed, will enter into defer queue. Finally, last activity commit is been happening. That commit will commit everything. It is all about a thread you need to consider. It is all about a thread that you need to consider. Entire thread will be committed. And if you are making a transaction, your transaction activity commit will not impact other user transaction, or will not impact other transaction that you are doing. If that is going to happen, means that is the wrong way of designing the transaction model. One thread specific. Okay, it is one single thread specific. Understand?
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you.
next, what is the reverse of a commit? Okay, I'm going to explain you the reverse methods. That is, rollback command is there. What is the command? Rollback. There is a command available called rollback. See, in SQL, rollback means erase latest changes which are not yet been committed. This is important. Not yet been committed. See, there is a record inserted, still commit has not happened. You verified a condition, a is equal to 10. Then I don't want to save it. I don't want to commit it. You have inserted as part of the program, a record got inserted. After inserting, you want to verify a is equal to 10. A not equal to 10, you don't want to commit. If a is equal to 10, you want to commit. A not equal to 10, then you commit. A is equal to 10, you have already inserted, right? You need to erase it. Then you will be using rollback. Rollback is going to uncommit. Okay, instead of saying uncommit, it will revert back the changes that are being done which are not yet been committed. See, for example, I'm going to write insert. Okay, one record inserted. After that, commit. After that, commit. And after that, rollback. This rollback will not have any impact. What is the reason? Already committed. Already committed. If you want to erase, delete command. Committed means if you want to remove the committed one, what is the command? Delete command. Before gets committed, uncommitted changes, if you wanted to erase, then what is the SQL command? Rollback. See here, in your business requirement, maybe you will have some situations you execute OBSave, and later on you have some data manipulations, and you see some condition satisfied, commit, else rollback. That's how you may be using in business requirements. Now, if you're going to use rollback method, this is going to erase or revert back all the changes that are not yet been committed. Means from defer queue it will remove. Commit means it will go to physical table, right? Uncommitted means it will be there in defer queue. Rollback is going to erase the defer queue. Entire defer queue will erase whatever that is there. See here, third one has right now, sixth one has right now, remaining doesn't have right now. Imagine this entire activity is successfully executed. You need to tell me what are the tables that will be rolled back. Table 1, table 2,
5.
table 4, table 5 will be rolled back. There's no doubt, because those are not yet been committed. What about table 3 and table 6? Why those are not being rolled back? Those are already been committed.
Right now is
Those
there.
are already been.
Right now.
Understand everyone? And now I am going to change this. I'm going to take it to this place. Sorry. I'm going to take it to this place. Okay. Now finally I'm going to add a commit. Now you need to tell me what are the tables that will be rolled back. 1, 2 will be rolled back for sure. There is no doubt. And remaining 4 tables will have data. Within remaining 4 tables, what is the order in which the tables gets inserted? 3, 6, 5, 5. 4, 5. That is the order.
3, 6, 4, 5.
Correct? Everyone clear? 3, 6, 4, 5. Everyone clear about rollback, how it functions? Now, see here. Instead of rollback, we have another method also. Like right now, comment rollback obj save cancel. Rollback and rollback is going to roll back entire defer queue that is present by that time. Entire defer queue. Obj save cancel. A save that has been latest done will be erased. OBJ save cancel means it is going to roll back the latest uncommitted OBJ save. Means latest entry in defer queue will be removed. Remaining will be there. Understand? It will work only on one OBJ save, which is latest uncommitted. Understand? Everyone clear? Online resources.
Yes.
Rollback is going to roll back everything that is there in defer queue uncommitted, whereas OBJ save cancel is going to roll back only the latest uncommitted OBJ save entry from the defer queue. If that is the case, this is going to roll back only table 2, not table 1. Table 1 will enter into defer queue. Table 2 will enter into defer queue. OBJ save cancel. What will be rolled back? Only table 2 will be rolled back. If this is the overall activity that you are going to execute, what are the tables that will be rolled back? What are the tables that will be rolled back? Only table 2. Remaining all will get inserted. Okay, I am changing the position now. I have changed the position to here. So third and sixth one have write down. Remember that. If this is the overall activity, which table will get rolled back?
Nothing.
Table 5 is the latest uncommitted, which will be rolled back. Understand?
Okay.
Table 5 is this is committed, right? Table 5 is the latest uncommitted is table 5 that will be rolled back. Everyone clear online?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone clear with this?
Yes, sir.
See, here I am going to visually show you, correct? But in interviews, they don't show you visually. They will tell you step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 like this. And this is how I have added steps. You need to remember and you need to respond properly. Okay, everyone clear? So what is the difference between right now and commit? Difference between right now and commit. Right now is specific to only one OBJ save and immediate commit. Whereas commit is going to commit entire defer queue, all OBJ saves that are executed so far, entire defer queue. Okay, and what is the difference between OBJ save cancel and rollback? OBJ save cancel rollback. OBJ save cancel is going to roll back the latest uncommitted OBJ save, whereas rollback method is going to roll back the entire defer queue, whatever that has been uncommitted so far. Okay, these methods, if you are using rollback, means definitely you'll be using it conditionally, mostly. Okay, so I'm going to explain you about next topic that I'm going to explain you about is primary page. What is the next topic? Because all this what we are discussing now going forward we are going to use. I'm not simply teaching this commit, rollback and all. Next business requirements, we need to use this. We need to use status. We need to use so many things. Okay, primary page we'll be using. Everyone clear so far? I will share you the document in 5 minutes. Oh, that's it from my end for today, because you cannot remember so many things.
Harsha, yesterday video is not available, Harsha.
Yesterday video now.
Video. Yes.
It is not. Yes,
Because
yes,
while
that is
we're
because
trying
of
to
space
play,
issue.
it says that processing error.
Yeah, we will re-upload. So today onwards, anything that you are accessing,
Okay.
it will be accessed, I think, in a bit faster pace than before.
Okay, okay, okay. Thanks, Harsha.
I have a question, Harsha.
Yes, please.
So in case we in activity we just are having only one table specific transaction and we want to have a rollback.
In
So
case
we have just we are just
in a
doing an
transaction,
operation.
if you wanted to roll back something which you have saved, you can roll back before the step finishes. Okay, you saved it and you roll back before the step finishes, it will be rolled back.
Yeah. So my question was
Already step is finished, is it possible to roll back? Yes, go ahead. What is the question?
My question was like, in case we have just one table specific save, so we should be using obj save cancel and not rollback, because we are not
It
having
is not
multiple.
about table. It is about one table. You have 6 times obj save in a sequence order. Then you need to use obj save cancel or rollback to erase everything. Only one table, not multiple tables. One table has 5 obj saves done in an activity, and finally I want to roll back on some condition. Condition satisfied, you want to roll back. Are you going to use obj save cancel or rollback?
Rollback.
How many obj roll back? 5. How many entries are there in differ queue? 5. 5 you want to roll back. Which method you'll be using? Rollback method only. It is not about how many tables. It is all about how many entries you are going to remove. It is not possible to partially remove. Okay. Next.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
So defer queue will be created for each session, or
If we use obj save cancel twice, that will remove 2 items. Yes, someone was asking some question. What was that?
so the defer queue will be there, one defer queue for each session.
One?
I mean, like there is a defer queue, right? So I mean, one defer queue will be
Not
there
one
for
differ,
each
one
session.
differ queue per thread. Per thread there will be separate differ queue. If you log in and I log in, both of the differ queues are different. If I log in and create 2 transactions, processing 2 different transactions at a time, 2 different transactions will have 2 different differ queues. It will not match.
Okay.
And we can't say the differ queue, correct, Harsha? I mean, in the work table.
See, whenever you are talking to me, please realize that you need to come closer to your mic and speak a little bit louder, double than your regular voice. Otherwise, I cannot hear that.
Hi, Harsha, am I audible now?
Speak a little bit more louder, please. A little bit more louder.
Harsha, what I'm saying is.
Are you typing here on the starting window? Starting window, you should type it.
Okay, Harsha.
Any other documents I have to attach? I have attached difference between OBJ save cancel right now, all that. Plus understanding OBJ save differ queue concept and all. Anything else we have to touch? Any practical?
The importance of
parameters.
The importance of parameters.
There is no document. I explained it just for your better understanding.
Okay.
I can attach those. What is that? Diagrams.
Sure.
Where is the other one?
Understanding the name it as understanding.
Okay, maybe different name I have given.
Yeah.
What else is there? Anything else? That's it, right? Okay. What is the question someone was asking? Differ queue we can't see in our PG. That is not in PG admin. That is in PRPC design. Like your clipboard, differ queue will be there in the design of Pega. But clipboard is physical. That is not in PG admin. After differ queue, only queries will get generated based on each differ queue item, which method is being used, whether this particular key is already present in the table or not. Based on that, it will generate a query to take it to the table along with commit. Okay. 2 OBA save cancel, what will be the output? 5 OBA save. After 2 OBA save cancel. See, if you are using OBA save cancel, simple. The latest uncommitted OBA save will be erased. Latest whatever it is uncommitted. Take a pen and paper and draft it. Write it, you will understand more better. You cannot see it. See, reverse also same. Forward I told you from PRPC to clipboard, clipboard to differ queue to table, right? Reverse also same. You browse the data, it will come to differ queue to clipboard, clipboard to UI, whether you want to display. This will be same, forward, reverse also same. This is the best to today so far, well explained OBJ save and also parameters as well. Okay, parameters concept also, see here, if you want to understand, you need to go to reality. I'll tell you one example. I have an operating system, Windows. My Windows operating system is going to support Pentium processor. It is going to support AMD processor. It is going to support, I don't know processor name, Apple related processor. Supports or not? All processors, how come single operating system support? Because there is no hard coding related to processor. Processor commands, everything will go and transfer by parameters only. If I hard code it like Windows processor dot some variable, what will happen? My operating system will function only for Windows. That is where parameter concept comes into picture. Understand? Simply they did not design. Without parameters, can we not transfer the data from one place to another place? When it is there in the clipboard, can we not create global variables and access everywhere else? Is it not possible? I will create a variable globally. Wherever I assign, I will access for other places, right? Why do I have to transfer the data from one place to another place? I have a clipboard page, it will be available throughout the work object, screen 1, screen 2, screen 3. Rule 1 data, if I want access in rule 2, I define the same page in rule 2, I'll access page dot property. Why you need parameter? If you think like this, you cannot understand parameters. Come into real world. Okay, I am creating a product, software product. This product should be compatible for different hardwares. I should not write my logic related to specific hardware, specific source commands. This should be a generic one. Everything that is going to transfer their signals or their data, okay, that should be received to a common parameter. That's it. If you make it parameterized, it is generic. Otherwise, it is specific to only one source. Parameters are going to make your rule generic with respect to different sources. That is the reality of parameters. 99% of the people, if what is parameter purpose, pass the data from one rule to another rule. I can implement this by defining global variable also. Why you need parameter? This is how you need to get the questions in your mind. Then only you'll be able to understand the subject. I don't want to define parameters. Can I not define global variable and access? Is it possible or not? If I define 2 variables or 3 variables globally, function 1, function 2, function 3. Function means each rule. Rule 1, rule 2, rule 3. Everywhere I can access. Then why do I need parameters? Simply, it is not simply for the purpose of transferring data from one place to another place alone. Okay, that is transferring. Without transferring also, you can achieve the same behavior by global variables. Possible. Then why do you need it? Because I want my rule to be generic for different sources. That is the reason parameters are existing in the programming languages. Otherwise, we don't need parameters. Okay. So this is the problem. This is about parameters concept. Okay, you can simply remember the example of an operating system compatible for multiple different processors. That's it. That is the parameter concept. Okay. So we will continue tomorrow to discuss about the next topic, primary page. What is the next topic? Did I use any time before primary keyword? No, right? OBJ save is done. Okay, next to OBJ open. Before we proceed to OBJ open, I'll explain about primary. This primary page, this rollback, all this we might be using further going forward in the OBJ open my handle methods. Okay, fine, you can wind up. Thank you.